Hooked contract scams every year. Thousands of seniors lose huge amounts of money to tricky contracts that look normal at first glance. Many of these papers are only a few pages long, yet they hide long commitments and huge fees in tiny letters. If you have ever signed something you did not fully understand, you may already have been at risk. Why seniors targeted scammers and aggressive salespeople often target seniors because they assume you are more trusting and less likely to complain. They may know you grew up in a time when a handshake felt as strong as a written agreement, and they take advantage of that habit. Some also expect that you might hesitate to ask for help with complicated documents. Common contract scams overview. Common contract scams include fake home repair deals, confusing phone and internet plans, sneaky subscription services, and long-term care or medical equipment contracts with unfair conditions. These papers may look official, use legal words, and even show company logos, but still be harmful. Often, the trap is in the long duration of the contract or in penalties that activate when you try to cancel. Red flags summary. There are several clear red flags that appear again and again in contract scams. High-pressure tactics, such as pushing you to sign on the spot or offering a huge discount only if you decide today, are a serious warning. Vague answers when you ask about total costs, cancellation rules, or extra fees are another sign of trouble. Door-to-door sales. Door-to-door sales contracts are especially risky because they catch you in your own home, where you feel relaxed and polite. Scammers selling alarms, water filters, or energy plans may claim the visit is from the government or your current provider, which is usually false. They may show you a tablet or small form and ask for a simple signature, hiding that it is a binding multi-year agreement. Home repair contracts. Home repair scams often start after storms or in older neighborhoods where houses clearly need maintenance. The contractor may promise a very low price, ask for a large deposit, and push you to sign a contract quickly, then disappear or do poor work. The contract might state that the deposit is non-refundable and that you agreed to extra expensive services. Phone and internet plans. Phone, cable, and internet contracts can quietly lock you into long periods with expensive early termination fees. Sales staff on the phone or in stores may talk about monthly prices but skip over the length of the agreement, equipment fees, and price increases after a short promotional period. The contract itself can run several pages, full of small print that hides these details. Subscription traps. Subscription traps often begin with a trial offer that looks free or very cheap for a short time. Hidden in the contract is a clause that turns the trial into an automatic monthly renewal that is hard to cancel. Many seniors do not notice small repeating charges on their bank or card statements until months later. Fine print dangers. The most dangerous parts of a bad contract usually hide in fine print, often at the bottom of pages or on the back. This fine print can change what the salesperson told you verbally, limit your right to sue, or force you into private arbitration in a distant location. It can also include automatic renewal clauses that keep charging you unless you cancel in a specific way before a deadline. Cooling off laws. In many places, consumer protection laws give you a cooling off period for certain contracts, such as door-to-door sales. This means you may have a limited number of days to cancel without penalty, even after signing. The exact number of days and types of contracts covered can vary by region and type of purchase. Real case story. Imagine a retired couple who signed a security system contract after a salesperson visited late in the evening. They believed they were agreeing to a low monthly fee and could cancel at any time, but the fine print locked them into a long contract with a heavy cancellation charge. When they tried to stop the service after a few months, they discovered they owed several $100s. Case resolution. In that case, the couple eventually contacted their local consumer protection agency and discovered the contract violated certain local rules. They wrote a clear letter to the company, mentioned the law, and sent it by registered mail, which helped them negotiate a smaller exit fee. If they had acted within the cooling-off period, they might have avoided all charges. Family support. Family members can be a powerful shield against contract scams when they stay involved. Some seniors feel they are bothering their children or relatives by asking for help reading documents, but early help is much easier than fixing a bad deal later. A quick phone call or photo of the contract sent to a trusted person can reveal problems you might miss when reading alone. Using professionals for more complex documents, such as care home contracts or reverse mortgage papers, a professional review is worth the cost. Lawyers, financial counselors, or nonprofit consumer groups can often spot unfair clauses in a matter of minutes. Many areas offer free or low-cost legal clinics for seniors through community centers or elder support services. Mid-video quiz. Here is a quick question to test your awareness. If a salesperson says you must sign immediately to get a special price, what is usually the safest action for you to take? 1. Quiz answer explanation. The safest response is to refuse to sign on the spot and insist on time to think and review the contract in peace. Real businesses that respect customers will honor a short delay or provide the offer in writing for later decision. Pressure to sign right away is a strong signal that the deal may not be in your favor. Questions to ask before signing. Before you sign any contract, it helps to ask a few clear questions out loud, even if they are already written. Ask about total cost over the whole contract period, not just the monthly amount, and whether prices can change. Ask how you can cancel, what it costs to cancel, and what notice you must give. Checking company background. Knowing who you are dealing with is just as important as reading the contract itself. Scammers often use names that sound similar to well-known companies or public agencies. A quick online search for the company name plus words like complaints or reviews can reveal serious problems other customers already faced. Protecting bank and card info. Many bad contracts work by gaining access to your bank account or credit card and then charging repeatedly. Some forms ask you to provide account numbers or sign permission for automatic payments before you fully understand the terms. It is much harder to stop money from leaving your account once this permission is in place. Phone verification habit. Scammers often use phone calls to push you into contracts that begin the moment you say yes. They may record your voice agreeing, then claim you accepted a full set of terms you never saw in writing. These calls might pretend to be from your existing phone company, power company, or even a charity. Medical and care contracts. Contracts for home health care, nursing homes, or medical equipment can be long and full of technical language. They may include clauses that limit how often you can change services, what happens if you move, or who is responsible for damage or loss of equipment. Sometimes, a family member is quietly made a guarantor, which means they must pay if the patient cannot. Middle summary. Let us pause and summarize the main ideas so far. Contract scams often rely on pressure, confusion, and hidden conditions in fine print, especially around length, cancellation, and automatic payments. Seniors can reduce risk by slowing down decisions, checking company backgrounds, using cooling-off periods, and getting a second pair of eyes on important documents. FAQ. Can I cancel? Many seniors ask whether they can cancel a contract after discovering it was a bad deal. The answer depends on the type of contract, the laws in your area, and how much time has passed since signing. Some contracts have specific cancellation windows required by law, while others depend solely on the company's own policy. FAQ. Verbal promises. Another common question is whether verbal promises count if they do not match the written contract. In many cases, written terms overrule what was said verbally, especially when you sign that you read and agreed to the document. This means a friendly salesperson can promise easy cancellation or low costs while the paper says something very different. FAQ. Signing under pressure. Some viewers wonder what to do if they already signed under heavy pressure or confusion. Pressure alone does not always make a contract invalid, but it can matter if there was deception or if the law protects certain types of sales. You can still challenge the contract by collecting all evidence, such as recordings, notes, and witness statements, and then seeking advice. FAQ. No time to read. Many seniors say they feel there is never enough time to read every word of a contract. The truth is that you are not required to sign anything on the spot, no matter what the salesperson suggests. Any company that refuses to give you time to read quietly and ask questions is showing you a major warning sign. Checklist. Money protection. To protect your money, turn these ideas into a short checklist you can remember. Always read the full contract, including fine print, and underline parts about length, total cost, and cancellation. Verify the company independently, watch for pressure tactics, and never share bank details until you fully understand and accept the terms. Final checklist habits. Your final safety net is the set of habits you use every time a contract appears. Slow down the process, ask clear questions, involve family or professionals when needed, and use cooling-off periods whenever they apply. Review your bank and card statements regularly to catch unwanted subscriptions or charges linked to old contracts. Call to action: you now have a practical roadmap to avoid many of the contract scams that target seniors so aggressively. By reading carefully, refusing pressure, checking companies, and using your legal rights, you can keep control over your money and your choices. These steps may feel small, but together they can save you thousands of dollars and a great deal of stress. Do one action today and share your result in the comments.